This video is brought to you by Wondrium. Many people are hesitant to fully embrace who they truly are. They shy away from accepting the parts of themselves that might be seen as undesirable because doing so makes them feel uneasy. To avoid this discomfort, they split themselves into two parts, the conscious and the unconscious. In their conscious mind, they create an idealized version of themselves, a version pieced together from fragments of their past that they consider positive and acceptable. Meanwhile, in the unconscious, they bury the aspects of themselves that they see as negative and unworthy. In Jungian psychology, this hidden and repressed side of the personality is referred to as the shadow. Without integrating the shadow into one's overall personality, it's impossible to achieve true potential. Instead, one remains divided, incomplete, and stuck in a life of what could have been, rather than realizing the fullness of what could be. Let's consider a scenario. Suppose I solve a few math problems and convince myself that I'm an excellent mathematician. Then, I meet some friends who invite me to join their math club, where they tackle some of the most challenging problems in the field every weekend. The idea terrifies me. If I join, the idealized version of myself as a brilliant mathematician will crumble. Instead, I'll become a real person with actual strengths and weaknesses. In this situation, I face two choices. The first is to avoid my shadow and let it grow. I decline the invitation to the math club and cling to my idealized self-image as a great mathematician. However, by doing so, I miss out on the chance to actually become one. The second choice is to confront my shadow and integrate it. I accept the invitation, realizing that I'm not the incredible mathematician I imagined myself to be. In the short term, this is painful. I discover my weaknesses, like my struggles with geometry, but I also uncover my strengths, such as excelling in differential equations. I gain a clear sense of where I stand among my peers. I might no longer see myself as the great mathematician I once thought I was, but I open the door to actually becoming one. This path, while initially uncomfortable, ultimately becomes the best decision I could make. Here's the thing. Many of us prefer to live as pure potential. We like to believe that we could achieve anything if we wanted to, yet we avoid taking action to turn that potential into reality. This is because taking action exposes our limitations. We're measured, ranked, and evaluated, and this tangible reality is often less comfortable than the fantasy of unlimited potential. But reality, unlike fantasy, can be improved. Living in a dream, on the other hand, inevitably leads to disappointment. The journey to self-improvement begins with self-acceptance. By acknowledging and integrating our shadow, by accepting the parts of ourselves we fear or dislike, we can step closer to realizing our true potential. But if we reject our shadow and only embrace the parts of ourselves we find appealing, we remain fragmented and incomplete. Rather than living a rich, fulfilling life, we're left with regrets. Ultimately, the choice is yours. In Jungian terms, will you face your shadow or deny it? Would you prefer to fail in reality or succeed only in your imagination? One fascinating insight I gained from this course is that Socrates, often pictured as a philosopher lost in thought, was also a soldier. It's a surprising detail that reshapes the common image of him as disconnected from practical life. In fact, Socrates began his philosophical journey after fighting in several wars to defend Athens, with his ideas deeply rooted in those life experiences. You can start your free trial by visiting onedream.com/freedom or by clicking the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.